Hey, hi, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Goat Force Gaming channel, where we play the roguelikes and the roguelites, and hopefully add all kinds of awesome games to your backlog, or your wish list, or your now playing list, or whatever you're doing out there. I'll tell you what, folks, we are going to try to add to it every single time. And if you like roguelikes and roguelites, you know something, I got great news for you. That is all we play here on the channel, every single time. Folks, I am back with a game that we enjoyed way back when. It's been a minute since I have jumped into this title. This is a very neon and challenging bullet heaven called Scarlet Tower. And this was a favorite of mine when it first came out. We were enjoying it quite a bit. I heard from the developer somewhat recently, and they said, hey, Goat, you know, we've got this update coming out. We've got some new areas. Why don't you jump back in and check this thing out? And so here we are, folks. We've got a water area this time, and this has got, look at this, snow gun. I don't remember that. That sounds great. This area sports the added challenge of needing to find air every once in a while. That's what those bubbles are above us, and we can't run out of oxygen. You see the little fish swimming around? Shoots a ectoplasm energy every 7 seconds, dealing 15 damage. You know, yeah, why don't we try that? That's a newer one. I do remember that one from the past. So, we are going to have a heck of a run here in Scarlet Tower, because of course we are. We're going to check out this new area, and we're going to grab some interesting power-ups along the way. Drains 1% of the damage dealt to enemies with 25% health or less. Okay, so we'll get some health back. Every 9 seconds creates a blast of fire scythes that pierces through enemies. Well, that sounds great. Let's do that. Let's absolutely do that. So we're going to have a good run. We are also going to get to the October update. Something that I really enjoy doing, where we... Oh, look at that shield thing. That's pretty neat. Where we geek out about the analytics of the channel. We talk about the channel revenue. We're going to get an update on where we stand in meeting our goal of giving away 100 video games in 2023. Great news. It's good news. Drains 1%. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're going to take it. We're going to look for more of those treasure chests to pop along the way as well. And who knows, maybe we'll get into some other stuff as well, but it's all good news. And before I forget, I will mention this as well. We have been invited to participate in the upcoming Bullet Heaven Festival. I can't say much now because I don't have a lot of details on it, but it sounds like we are going to be playing a lot of Bullet Heaven video games in about 2 weeks. It's going to be great. So, October was fantastic. Let's fully upgrade the snow gun, I think. Yeah, let's do that. If you recall, in the September update, we got a lot of views. View count was way up. To the tune of 14,500. And I think that was a channel high that we saw. That was a record. Well, we went ahead in October and we set another new record. for the channel. Because October saw total views of 19,000. Sharp Blade Bleed has a 10% chance to be applied 3 times at once. That's interesting. Yeah, why don't we go ahead and do that? Like a little bit of damage over time. We are quickly climbing as well at level 17. Each stack of bleed reduces the target's movement speed by 5%. Wow. Okay, let's do that. Let's also look for abilities that are going to allow us to cause bleed as well. Each stack of bleed reduces the target's... Okay, perfect. You know what? I got to keep my eye on this whole oxygen thing. Let's add a couple projectiles to the frost staff. So we got 19,000 views. That's a lot. That's a lot. So thank you for all the support. And all of those views ended up captivating some of you. Enough to say, hey, you know what? This is a great community. I think I want to spend more time hanging out. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. And so I want to re-welcome the new subscribers that have joined our community. Bleed has a 10% chance to be applied 3 times at once. Regenerates 5 health whenever bleed deals critical damage. Each stack of bleed reduces the target's movement speed. You know, let's go with this. That sounds okay. I want to re-welcome all the new subscribers, and this was another area where we set a channel record. In October, the channel saw 234 new subscribers. Thank you all so much for the support. I'm glad you enjoyed the content enough to want to hang out with us for the long term. We're going to keep doing what we're doing and bringing you awesome rogues. That's the goal. That's the goal each time. Now, those views were way up. Freeze depletes 5% of the target's maximum health if they are afflicted by Frostfire. You know, let's go with another speed reduction. And I'm trying not to let my oxygen bubbles fall below 2. Although that's proving to be a little bit challenging, if I'm being honest. Maybe if we just head down this way. It drains 1% of the damage dealt to enemies, while at 40% health or less during the night, increase HP regen by 300%. So this game does have a day and night cycle. That is something we should mention here as well. I think let's go with this blood drop thing. It sounds interesting. All right, now we're on to the oxygen. I attribute the higher view count to a few things. You know, when I look at the videos that got the most attention, Witchfire continues to have a high interest level in our community. And so I've continued playing that. Now, at the moment, we're waiting for a pretty sizable update that's going to hit that game that the astronauts are calling the GGU update. Let's go ahead and max out the Frost Staff in hopes that that will open up some other choices, because we're not going to see it appear anymore. So this GGU update is coming in mid-November to early December. And in the meantime, let's see. Increases projectile speed by 50% and projectile piercing by 10. I would like to continue to put points into the sword, because when it is maxed out, it's quite devastating. Oh, look, we've got an elite enemy on the scene here, and we have a strong need for oxygen. So I had to just fly right through. All right, there we go. We need more, though. There we go. Okay. Now it's showing up. Perfect. Sharky's still here. Ooh. All right, let's go ahead and open that up. Bleed damage is increased by 20% for each stack the target has. Perfect. Regenerate 5 health whenever bleed deals critical damage. You know, I think we're gonna go and still lean towards the weapons. Upon taking damage greater than 20% of your maximum health, drain the entire value over 20 seconds, can occur 1 time every 20 seconds. You know, I think we're just gonna, again, max out another weapon here. And let's go ahead and put another point into that. We've got to gain some health back here. Let's go ahead with the ectoplasm. Now, the character that I'm playing as does regain energy rather quickly, which I'm thankful for, especially right now. Oh, no! Okay, that's all right. That's all right. We're going to jump right back in, because you know what? That was just a warm-up, and we've got plenty more to talk about. It's just a warm-up. It's all good. All right. So, now we kind of have a feel for what we want to do as well. Let's go with the bolts. I like those. Freeze depletes 5% of the target's maximum health if they are affected by Frostfire. Ooh, okay. Shadow Aura. What they mean is Wizardly Garlic. We're going to go with that. You know, the garlic has come in multiple forms across the Bullet Heaven games that we all love. Increases damage by 25. Yep, we're going to start putting into the Scarlet Sword like we did last time. Thermal Shock. Burn deals 200% more damage if applied to targets afflicted with Frostfire. Okay, sure. So we definitely want to find something that is going to do ice damage for us as well. That shouldn't be extremely hard. Let's go with the sword again. So Witchfire was interesting to folks. That game tends to do well in terms of views, in terms of average view duration, all things that come together and help create even more views. The other two games that come to mind are Battle Shapers and Knight vs. Giant. Let's go with the Scarlet Sword again. Battle Shapers, if you haven't seen it, let's put a point into the Glacial Staff. Battle Shapers is Doom. We're going to go with the Scarlet Sword max out. This is Doom meets Mega Man. And it's quite good. It's an FPS roguelite. Let's go ahead and increase damage on the Thunder Staff. See how good that Crimson Sword is when it's maxed out? Those projectiles just do a great job of wiping the screen for us. We definitely want to get some frost capability out there. So let's bake that into this build. And we need to find some oxygen right quick. kind of have to stay on the move in this game, this particular board, because of the need for oxygen. I like it. Nice layer of challenge here. Okay, let's add 4 projectiles to the glacial staff. I do want to play more Battle Shapers for sure. Some of you might be saying, yeah, you know, I remember Battle Shapers. I haven't seen it in a little bit. I think that Battle Shapers is working through some balance challenges in the game. And I'll tell you why you haven't seen much more of it. I can, hold on, applying a damage over time effect such as cold, burn, and bleed has a 10% chance of replicating that effect on nearby enemies. Absolutely. I can do really well in the opening areas of the game. We're going to go with the additional projectiles on the Thunderstaff. However, when I get to a boss, I typically last about 5 seconds against the bosses. I kind of want to put a lot of points into this, so we're going to. I last about 5 seconds. If you get hit 2 or 3 times by a boss, you're dead in that game. All right, increases damage by 3 on the corruption robe. Let's do that. We'll make our garlic a little bit stronger. We need to find some air in a big way. There we go. All right, perfect. So I've kind of put Battle Shapers on ice for now. You know why I said that? Because outside right now, today, there is snow on the ground. It was a very icy walk for trick-or-treating. Applying a damage over time. Okay, we know what that is. When you receive a shield, be healed for the same amount. Now, we're going to put this point in power flux again. Oh, I saw a bubble, but it popped. Interesting. Didn't know that could happen. So my thought is, it's an early access game. They're going to be working on tuning the game and making it as good as it can be. And once the boss encounters have been tuned a little bit more, I am going to be happy to jump back into Battle Shapers and show more of that game off. The Sith can pierce through 3 enemies. Perfect. Knight vs. Giant was a fun game. If you recall, this was a action roguelite. Decreases cooldown by 2 seconds. That might be nice to do. Yeah, let's go ahead with that. And Corruption Robe increases tick rate by 100%. So they're going to take more hits to damage if they're in the zone. And let's see, burn deals 200% more damage. When you receive a shield, be healed. Bleed has a 10% chance to be applied 3 times at once. Let's do that. Let's add 3 projectiles and max this out. Increases damage by 4 and area by 20% on the Corruption Robe. Let's go ahead and max that out as well. Nice treasure chest. Getting a shield of 70 for 3 seconds upon draining cooldown of 10 seconds. Okay, cool. I'm good with it. Look at that garlic now. All right, we need to get out of here so that we can find some O2. Increases damage by plus 30 Let's do that. Maxed out Glacial. It is possible to get evolutions in this game. And if I'm remembering right, it has to do with maxing out the weapons and then finding a chest. And if I'm remembering right, I think it's a different colored chest. And that's how you kind of know that an evolution is waiting for you. It's always exciting. All right, let's grab this air. Adds +1 projectiles. Yes. Perfect. Now you see we're gaining health back. This character gets health when enemies are set ablaze. Oh, that's good. Happy to see that. All right, what was I on about? I think we were talking about Knight vs. Giant, the action roguelite. Those videos got a lot of attention as well. Perfect, let's put that in the Frost Sith. And I enjoyed Knight vs. Giant. I don't know how that game is doing sales-wise. I hope it's doing well. I will say that, you know, I got to play that game quite a bit before it released, which allowed me to, you know, create the videos that I did. And they timed up really well, which I also think led to additional views happening. And the developer, rightly so, you know, was rebalancing the game once it launched, and they were getting a lot of feedback. One of the areas that people were looking for changes was how quickly you could meet some of the NPCs. Wow, we did okay here. Burn deals 200% more damage if applied to targets afflicted with Frostfire, +2 projectiles on the ectoplasm, and each perseverance point increases the effectiveness of masteries and provides 0.2% armor, 3% critical damage. All right, that all sounds great. This guy's getting a little bit too close for comfort. Let's go ahead with maxing out the ectoplasm wand and the damage that it does. Now, I'm assuming that we lose health if we run out of air. But I can't confirm that either. That's my guess. Let's grab that. Oh, nice. Piercing +4. That's great. We need to get out of there. Getting a shield of 70 for 3 seconds upon draining. Cooldown of 10 seconds. Yes. I could use that right about now. While at 40% health or less during the night, increase HP regen by 300%. I think we're going to do that too. Holy magnesis, Batman. Every 12 seconds, the next damage over time effect you apply deals its full damage instantly. Wow. Let's do that. You know, we're doing a lot of fire damage over time. Let's go ahead and do this as well. Put another point into that power flux. On the search for oxygen. I feel like we're in one of the Sonic games. Remember that? Looking for those bubbles in the underwater phases. I didn't love that. I'm just saying. I didn't love that. So Knight vs. Giant, you know, they rolled out an update to make it easier to find the NPCs and get to some of the meta progression at a faster rate, which was a good change. When they rolled that update out, it knocked out some of my progression in the game. And I said, well, you know, maybe I will get back to this game at some point. I did show off a pretty decent amount of the game, you know, where somebody would see it and be able to make a decision if it's for them or not. So I felt okay about moving on at that point. Freeze depletes 5% of target's maximum health if they are affected by Frostfire. Burn deals 202% more damage if applied to targets afflicted with Frostfire. Yeah, let's do that. All right. I think we're going to take down Mr. Shark here. This Vampire Bat dash really comes in handy for guys like the Shark that can really leap forward like that. So those were the videos that I attribute the additional views this month to. And, you know, as always, we have such an awesome community that supports what we do here. And that makes a huge difference too. Look at this. Look at this. A $5. That's great to see. All right, bleed has a 10% chance to be applied 3 times at once. An additional there. Drains 1% of the damage dealt to enemies with 25% health or less. This is great. We're going to take all of those. Oh, we got another Shark on the scene. Wow. Okay. I thought we were done with Mr. Shark for a minute. Gang a shield of 71 while at 40% health or less during the night. Increase HP regen. Drains 1% of the damage. You know what? We'll go with the shield thing again. Oh, we got a couple level ups happening here. Let's go ahead and buff the burn again. And I think that each faith point increases the effectiveness of masteries and provides plus 1% physical power and plus 5 maximum health. You know, I think we're going to go with this power flux again. All right. So it's a great month for views overall and just activity overall. I was really, really happy to see it. We're just continuing to break records and grow while having fun, of course. Let's go grab this treasure chest. I think we've gotten maybe an evolution. It looked like we did. Upon taking damage greater than 20% of your maximum health, drain the entire value over 20 seconds. Okay, maybe I lied. I saw the extra glow towards the top and I thought, oh, okay, maybe this is something. Because I remember those chests looking differently, but, you know, it's been a good long while on this game. I can see our weapons below are full up, which is great. Blood and Soul. Regenerates 5 health whenever bleed deals critical damage. Freeze depletes 5% of target's maximum health if they are afflicted by Frostfire. Let's do that. We just keep finding these air bubbles right at the last second. It's very clutch. Keep our distance from that guy, but his health is definitely falling. I'm happy about that. All right. Let's talk about revenue. That was up as well. What is this? That's an interesting looking rock. They have added quite a bit to the game since the last time I dipped in. Okay, it is officially nighttime. The creepy crawlies are coming out in a big way. That is a giant piranha. Wowee. I wonder if... Oh, look at this. Vendor. Greed Flask. Increases your greed by 40% during this run. Does not take up inventory space. Increases your damage by 50% during this run. Oh. I think I'd like to do that. Do we? Oh, we don't have the coin for Mr. Frog, do we? No, we don't. Oh, wait a second. Hunter points. I was looking at our gold up here. Okay. Increases your critical damage by 50%, so we can do that. Let's do that. These crits just got juicier. So in September, we had a revenue around $58. And let's make a selection. Each occultism point increases the effectiveness of masteries and provides 0.2%. Increases max health by 1% whenever taking damage during the night. Oh, wow. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Let's do that. Because we are taking damage every once in a while. Let's grab some air. I want to stay out of that red zone if we can. But I want this shark to stay close enough where we're still hitting him. Okay, we dropped the shark. We dropped something. Because there's a chest. Okay, so we got a faith point, some additional health. We'll certainly take that. Let's go grab this chest if we can. Perfect. Let's go with the burn again. That's awesome. Okay. Boy, that guy's got a lot of health left. So, revenue in October was $72. And, you know, that really is a combination of two primary pieces. You have the ad revenue from folks watching videos and letting those hot ads play through. Thank you for that. Definitely supports the channel and the giveaways that we do. Boy, we just got a lot of level ups in a row. Let's put into bleed. And let's go ahead with that. And let's do this one. Kind of a nice smattering of upgrades. Not sure what that dice is doing. Don't want the piranha to get too close. Gotta keep them at bay. Looks like we've got about 9.5 minutes left in our night cycle. So anyways, combination of watching ads, and then we have our members to thank as well, which we will do in a moment. But for now, cheers to you. I'm actually drinking a cup of Intelligentsia coffee. And it is quite good, so I hope you've got something good in your cup. All right, let's see here. Plus 1% physical power. That sounds good. Let's do some loyalty. But I'm really happy to see the channel growing. We are at 1,900 and some change as far as subscriber count goes. And I'll tell you what, we are absolutely going to hit 2,000 subscribers by year end. We're going to do it. I talked a little bit about the Bullet Heaven Festival that's going to be happening in beginning through mid-May. May. Listen to me. See, now that's what we call wishful thinking, folks. I talked about the snow on the ground and having cold feet during the trick-or-treating. It is not May. It is far from May. Let's see here. Bleed has... let's do that one again. Boy, that health is just dropping, isn't it? Trying to damage the piranha, but he's got quite the entourage with him. So once I have more information on the Bullet Heaven Fest, I will clue all of you in. I'll talk about it in a video, and, you know, I'll probably do a community post as well. I'll just say that I think there's an opportunity to play lots of Bullet Heavens and to do giveaways of Bullet Heavens. You know how I feel about giveaways, which is such a good segue. Did we talk about giveaways? I don't even know. We're going to talk about them again if we already did. I don't think we did. I think I alluded to the fact that we're doing well to get to our goal of 100. Hey, look at this. How about that? While at 40% health or less, increase HP regen. You've got more thermal shock and then more Scarlet Embrace. Love it. Let's go ahead and do this freeze thing. More level ups incoming. Let's go with this again. Well, you know what? I take that back. Let's do that. And we'll go ahead and upgrade our burn capability, as we are doing that all the time, basically. And then we get a percentage of health back, albeit low on the burn damage, but, you know, it's the volume of burn that we're doing. You can see that popping off a lot. So, folks, at this point, we have given away 89 video games. How cool is that? Burn deals 292.16% more damage. We're going to go with that. We have given away 89 video games. That's exciting. You are a huge part of that. You are why we can do this. We have come together as a large community, and we're generating revenue. We use that towards the giveaways. So we have hit 89. I want to thank all of our members who are being extra supportive by offering additional funds of their own to support the channel. We have 3 different levels of membership, and I want to recognize all of them right now. At the Goat Scout level, we have Rhinoc, we have Back from the Dead 1, we have Matty KO, and we have Fails Too Much. At the Bleat Boxer level, we have Hibben, we have ESC, who was previously at the Goat Scout level, but then upgraded the membership. Thank you so much for the additional support. We have Gypsy Carnage, and at the Horned Hero level, we have OFC and that guy. Thank you so much to all of you. Really, really appreciate it. You know, all of us are coming together in this community to do great things. That was always the goal. to gather up a force of goats and do great things. This year, the focus has been on giving away 100 video games to the community. You are all a part of that. These giveaways are for us, from us, and you're helping with that by supporting the channel. So I really, really appreciate all of you, whether you're a viewer or a member. Thank you. Thank you for allowing us to do this. You've heard me talk about wanting to give away a video game console to a children's hospital. We are still going to do that. I think that that goal is further out depending how we want to do it. We could definitely do a charity stream, something like that. What I'd really like to do is give away a go-kart through an organization called Gamers Outreach. If you're not familiar with the go-kart, it is a hospital-grade unit that will hold a television and a TV, and it can be freely articulated and easily moved around and cleaned off. These units are very expensive. I did a little bit of research, and if my research is accurate, these units are around $3,500 to support. We will get there. I believe in this community. I just think it's going to take time. I want to visit the vendor real quick. Let's do that and see where we're at. So we have 3,500. Increases your attack speed by 30%. Increases your damage by 30%. Or your gathering range. I'm kind of interested in damage so that we can melt these guys that much faster. Let's do that. I want to continue doing the video game giveaways. And right now, my thinking is that we could keep up the video game giveaways, continue building the community. Drains 1% of the damage dealt to enemies with 25% health or less. Let's do that. Until we get to a point where we can support both. Could that be a long way off? Yes, it could be. But I'll tell you what, I am not planning on moving on anytime soon. I love what we do here. You all enjoy what we do here. We're going to keep doing this. And if it takes time, so be it. So be it. We will do smaller things along the way, but they will be acts of kindness because that is what these goats have come together to do. We are a combined force for good. So, thank you to all of you again. If you are ever interested in becoming a member and supporting that way, there is always a link in the video descriptions. You can find information there. I will tell you that you will get access to some emoticons that you can use when you're commenting. I always look forward to reading all of your comments every day, so thank you for that as well. I lovingly call them egoticons because, you know, they're goat and coffee themed. They are. That's who we want to go with here. Every 12 seconds, the next damage over time effect you apply deals its full damage instantly. Let's go with that. Let's do that. This guy looks like he's about to go down. We're getting close. We're gonna stay with the process. But we don't want to be in that red zone. That piranha garlic, I think. I think that's what it is. Doing a good job of getting the O2. Anyway, so you'll get access to egoticons, and I'm not going to say too much about this, but I have decided that come December or in the early new year, we will have some new members-only content. And it will be called Cheat Days with the Goat. Now, that could mean a lot of things, right? This is a gaming channel. We all remember using Game Genie and Game Shark and the old Konami code, right? Maybe it's about that. It's not about that. It's not about that. Yeah, we talk a lot about food here. Ridiculous foods, lots of times, right? Very fancy sandwiches. So what we're going to be doing is creating, tasting, and eating ridiculous, over-the-top foods. Cheat Days with the Goat. It's coming soon. I'm excited about it. All right, how are we doing against this piranha? Let's go with the shield. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we took down the piranha and we have traded it for a squid. 40% health or less. Okay, regen is up. Let's get another point of perseverance. We'll up that crit damage. Okay, this guy has whirlwind projectiles. Interesting. We're going to be moving back into the day cycle momentarily. And I'm going to guess that this dude is the main boss of the area. So thanks for a great month, everybody. Really tremendous. And if we keep growing the way we are, we're going to get to some of those goals faster. That's just the nature of this game, turns out. When I started this thing back in February of 2020 as a hobby to get me through the big bad, you know the one. If you know, you know. Help get me through the big bad of 2020. Did I ever think it was going to be this big? No. I'm glad it is. Glad to have your support. So cheers to you again. All right, what do we want to do here? Let's get some bleed action. Some stronger bleed action. Did I tell you that my brother picked up a Steam Deck? And I have been recommending all of the Bullet Heavens. That was one of his main motivations for getting a Steam Deck, was that he wanted to play more Bullet Heavens. And I love the concept of going out and getting a Steam Deck. He doesn't have a PC. I'll note that too. He's got a PS5 and an Xbox. And, you know, the Bullet Heaven titles are a little bit more limited outside of PC. All right, we have a treasure that dropped, and we are back, I believe, now in the daytime, or maybe just the forever night, because we've taken so long here. Let's go with an additional hit to crit damage. We'll take that, of course. And I'm going to spend some time hanging out a little bit more closely to our squid friend here, and we'll see if we can get the W. We've still got to be mindful of the O2 situation at the same time. Yeah, let's go with that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. Full up on dark regen. But again, I can't tell if we're in the day or night cycle right now, so I'm not sure if that's proccing at this point or not. Okay, we're gonna go with that. And I'm probably gonna speed up this battle at this point because I think it's just gonna take time. So we'll see what happens here. Okay, well, I guess I didn't need to speed it up. Turns out. Hey, folks, this is a game called Scarlet Tower, and it's wonderful. I really like it. Looks like we unlocked a new weapon to look forward to next time. There are a bunch of new areas in the game, and I think I'd like to play more of this one. One of the final areas is now open. We just have to open it up by finishing this area first. Apparently, okay, it's not going to tell us at the moment, but I think we have to finish this area at a certain corruption level. Oh, there we go. Unlock after beating Leviathan's Lair at Corruption 4. And then the Scarlet Tower is a thing. We're probably going to have to play more. Let me know if you want to see more. Perhaps a run where we win. That would be nice. Hey, thanks again for all the support. And I'll tell you what, let's do this again sometime. We'll get together. We'll play a roguelike or a roguelite. And we'll do a giveaway at least once a week because those are a lot of fun. We'll see you next time, folks. Take care.